I had no choice in the matter. I was 3 years old when I started.
Johnny Whitaker's story is one of early stardom, personal struggle, and heartfelt gratitude toward the man who helped shape him, Brian Keith. Born with natural charisma and emotional depth, Johnny captivated audiences long before he could fully understand the power of his own performances. As a child star in the 1960s, he became the face of innocence and sincerity on American television. But behind the spotlight, what truly defined his journey was a bond that transcended the screen: his connection with Brian Keith, his co-star and mentor from Family Affair. Decades later, at age 65, Johnny finally chose to reflect on that profound relationship, honoring the man who not only guided him professionally, but also helped him find strength during life's most challenging chapters. Early spark and unforgettable talent, Johnny Whitaker's path to stardom began before most children even started school. Born on December 13, 1959, in Van Nuys, California, Johnny seemed destined for the camera. From a young age, his wide, expressive eyes and natural charisma made him a director's dream. He started his acting career in commercials at just 3 years old, charming audiences with his effortless authenticity. While many child actors relied on exaggerated gestures or memorized lines, Johnny's gift was his sincerity. Every expression felt natural, every emotion believable. Casting agents were drawn to that rare quality of innocence mixed with depth. For Johnny, acting wasn't about being seen, it was about making people feel something. That emotional intelligence, unusual in such a young performer, set him apart in a crowded field of child stars. His early roles revealed a genuine love for storytelling, one that wasn't driven by fame, but by connection. He understood, even then, that performance was a way to communicate truth. This raw, unfiltered authenticity would soon become his calling card, leading him to his defining role in Family Affair. It wasn't just another acting job. It was the opportunity that would shape his childhood, his career, and ultimately his understanding of what it means to truly connect with an audience through art and empathy. The breakthrough in Family Affair. Johnny Whitaker's life took a transformative turn in 1966 when he was cast as Jody Davis in Family Affair, a television series that redefined the idea of family on screen. The show centered on two orphaned twins, Jody and Buffy, taken in by their wealthy bachelor uncle Bill Davis, played by Brian Keith. Johnny's portrayal of Jody resonated deeply with audiences. His combination of innocence and quiet strength mirrored the emotional journey of countless families adjusting to loss and change. Alongside Anissa Jones, who played Buffy, Johnny brought authenticity and tenderness to every scene. His chemistry with Keith was so genuine that viewers often assumed they shared a real-life father-son bond. Off-camera, their connection was just as meaningful. The show struck a perfect balance between humour and heartache, reminding audiences that family isn't always defined by blood, but by love and resilience. As Family Affair climbed the ratings, Johnny became a household name, admired for his emotional intelligence and ability to make people care. Behind his success, though, was an environment of mentorship and support that helped him navigate fame's pressures. It was on that set, surrounded by kindness and guidance, that Johnny truly began to understand the power of storytelling, not just to entertain, but to heal and unite people. Brian Keith, the mentor behind the scenes. Brian Keith became far more than just a co-star to young Johnny Whitaker. He was a mentor, protector, and a steadying force in the unpredictable world of Hollywood. Known for his deep voice, rugged presence, and dry humour, Keith might have seemed intimidating at first. But beneath that exterior was a man of quiet generosity and heartfelt wisdom. He treated Johnny not as a child to be managed, but as a fellow actor worthy of respect. Keith often shared lessons that shaped Johnny's approach to performance and to life. "Don't just say the words, Johnny. Believe them," he would advise, emphasizing truth over technique. These lessons left a permanent mark, teaching Johnny that authenticity is the heart of great acting. Their on-screen relationship mirrored their off-screen bond, warm, protective, and deeply trusting. Keith looked after him, ensuring that the pressures of fame didn't rob the boy of his childhood. Their friendship went beyond work. It became a lasting relationship built on shared values and affection. For Johnny, Brian Keith embodied what a true mentor should be, someone who leads by example, balancing discipline with compassion. The emotional grounding Keith provided would later help Johnny endure Hollywood's ups and downs with grace and perspective. Life beyond the set. At the height of Family Affair's success, Johnny Whitaker was one of the most recognizable young faces on television. Yet despite the fame, the set never lost its warmth or humanity, largely thanks to Brian Keith's steady influence. Between takes, the cast shared laughter, jokes, and moments of playfulness that made the workplace feel like a family home. For Johnny, the set became a second family, a safe haven where he could grow, learn, and be himself. Keith's mentorship wasn't limited to performance. He taught Johnny to respect everyone, from the camera operators to the costume designers. Those lessons in humility became guiding principles for his life beyond Hollywood. Even as fan mail flooded in and fame expanded, Johnny remained grounded, crediting his co-stars for creating a nurturing atmosphere that prioritized kindness over competition. It was during these years that Johnny learned to balance childhood with responsibility, something few young actors manage successfully. The memories from that time remain some of his happiest, filled with laughter, mentorship, and a genuine sense of belonging. Though the lights and applause would eventually fade, the relationships and values forged on that set continued to define Johnny's sense of identity and purpose long after the final episode aired. From television to film stardom. When Family Affair ended in 1971, Johnny Whitaker faced the difficult transition from child star to young actor, a test that has derailed many in Hollywood. But Johnny's talent and discipline carried him forward. He quickly found success in films, beginning with The Biscuit Eater in 1972, a heartfelt story exploring friendship, loyalty, and the bittersweet realities of growing up. His emotional depth in the film earned him critical praise and proved that he was more than a TV personality. He was a serious actor with remarkable range. Later that same year, Johnny embodied the mischievous spirit of Tom Sawyer, capturing the adventurous charm of Mark Twain's classic character. His performance was praised for its balance of playfulness and sincerity, making audiences both laugh and feel. Each role demonstrated his ability to connect with viewers through authenticity rather than performance tricks. Yet amid his growing fame, Johnny never forgot the foundation laid by Brian Keith: to stay humble, truthful, and kind. That mindset became his compass through Hollywood's challenges. These roles cemented Johnny Whitaker as one of his generation's most gifted young performers, not just a product of luck, but of genuine passion, guidance, and the timeless lessons learned from those who believed in him. A shift toward new creative paths. In the later stages of his career, Johnny Whitaker explored new ways to express his creativity, reconnecting with his love for performance through radio and theatre. In 2012, he co-hosted The Dr. Zod and Johnny Show, a talk program that allowed him to engage with fans on a personal and reflective level. Unlike his early work as a child actor, this platform emphasized conversation, humor, and authenticity rather than scripted performances. Listeners were drawn to his natural wit and warmth, appreciating his ability to share insights and anecdotes from both his career and personal life. The show created a bridge between his past in television and his present, offering a space to revisit memories while also showcasing the wisdom and perspective he had gained over decades. Beyond radio, Johnny returned to the stage in 2013 in a production of To Kill a Mockingbird, playing the role of Judge Taylor. Although a supporting part, the performance demonstrated that his talent had not diminished with age. It reaffirmed his ability to inhabit characters with sincerity and subtlety, capturing the attention of audiences who had long admired him. These creative endeavours represented more than professional milestones. They were a personal reconnection with the joy and purpose of acting. Engaging with audiences through both radio and theatre allowed Johnny to revisit the essence of why he had begun performing as a child, to connect authentically with others. Through these projects, he embraced his enduring love for storytelling, proving that his artistry remained vibrant, adaptable, and deeply human. A return to his roots. Johnny's 2016 cameo in the Amazon reboot of Sigmund and the Sea Monsters marked a meaningful return to the world of television that shaped his early years. In this role, he portrayed a grumpy but endearing boat owner, bringing humour, nostalgia, and personal resonance to the part. The appearance delighted longtime fans who remembered his early work in the original 1970s series, sparking fond memories of his childhood performances. Sharing the screen with David Arquette and the original creators, Sid and Marty Krofft, Johnny managed to balance respect for the original series with his own matured interpretation, blending playful energy with emotional depth. The cameo represented more than a professional decision. It was a symbolic return to his roots, honouring the universe that had nurtured him as a young actor. For Johnny, this opportunity reflected growth, full circle reflection, and gratitude for the experiences that had defined his early career. Audiences were reminded of the timelessness of talent and the evolution of a performer who had matured without losing the essence of his charm and sincerity. This moment highlighted the continuity between his past and present, demonstrating that while fame and fame's pressures may ebb, a true performer's connection to their craft remains intact. The project also underscored Johnny's enduring ability to engage audiences across generations, reinforcing his legacy as a beloved actor whose artistry continues to resonate. A personal life of reflection and renewal. Away from the camera, Johnny Whitaker's personal journey was marked by introspection, growth, and resilience. His marriage to Simria Wright in the mid-1980s reflected a desire for stability and a grounded life after years of public attention. While the marriage was brief, it taught him meaningful lessons about vulnerability, relationships, and the importance of self-awareness. Following the divorce, Johnny experienced a period of self-discovery, confronting emotional challenges and reflecting on his life choices. Rather than succumbing to hardship, he used these experiences as an opportunity for transformation, relying on faith, recovery, and self-work to rebuild his life. These personal endeavours not only fostered inner strength, but also deepened his empathy and understanding of others, qualities that would enrich his performances. His off-screen life of reflection became intertwined with his artistry, lending authenticity and compassion to the roles he inhabited. By confronting challenges directly and cultivating emotional resilience, Johnny demonstrated the ability to evolve beyond the pressures of fame. These experiences shaped him into a more grounded, thoughtful individual who could draw from his personal growth in both life and art. In essence, his journey of self-renewal highlighted the interplay between personal development and professional artistry, showing that the most profound lessons often come from overcoming adversity and embracing change with intention and humility. Remembering a guiding light. Brian Keith's influence extended far beyond the years Johnny spent on Family Affair, remaining a steady presence in his life even after the show ended. Although their paths eventually diverged, Keith maintained contact, offering encouragement and guidance during difficult times. Johnny remembered these gestures with deep gratitude, understanding how rare it was for a mentor to sustain care beyond professional obligations. Keith's influence provided not only career guidance, but also emotional support, reinforcing values such as integrity, compassion, and perseverance. When Brian Keith passed away, Johnny experienced profound sadness, recalling not just the professional mentorship, but the personal connection that had been so formative in his life. The loss reopened memories of childhood experiences, underscoring the enduring significance of a mentor who had treated him with respect, patience, and kindness. Keith's presence had shaped Johnny's understanding of trust, guidance, and the impact one individual could have on another's development. This reflection highlighted the depth of their relationship, emphasizing that true mentorship extends beyond teaching technical skills. It involves modeling compassion, reliability, and moral character. In remembering Keith, Johnny acknowledged the lasting influence of someone who helped shape both his career and his personal growth. Carrying Brian's lessons forward. The lessons Brian Keith imparted to Johnny Whitaker continued to guide him throughout his life. One of the most important was the emphasis on truth and authenticity in acting, that performance succeeds only when it is genuinely felt. Keith's mantra, emphasizing emotional honesty, became a guiding principle not just in Johnny's career, but in his approach to life itself. These teachings reinforced the importance of integrity, empathy, and perseverance in the face of personal challenges. Whenever he encountered doubt or adversity, recalling Keith's strength and wisdom reminded Johnny to face situations with courage and honesty. Beyond acting, Keith's influence shaped Johnny's moral framework, instilling values of kindness, discipline, and empathy. These lessons allowed him to navigate both personal and professional spheres with awareness and balance. Even decades later, the guidance received from Keith remained a touchstone, inspiring Johnny to live authentically and uphold the principles he had learned under Keith's mentorship. By carrying these teachings forward, he preserved not only a professional legacy, but a personal one, ensuring that the impact of his mentor would continue to shape his decisions, relationships, and creative expression throughout his life. The reality of child stardom. Johnny Whitaker's early years in Hollywood were a mix of opportunity, excitement, and immense pressure. Growing up as a child actor often meant sacrificing ordinary experiences like school life, friendships, and carefree play. The industry demanded professionalism and maturity from very young performers, sometimes at the cost of emotional well-being. Johnny openly reflects on these challenges, acknowledging that the pressures of fame could be isolating and overwhelming. Unlike many child actors of his era who struggled without support, Johnny was fortunate to have mentors such as Brian Keith, who treated him with respect, care, and humanity. Keith and similar figures offered guidance, patience, and genuine concern, allowing Johnny to navigate the complexities of stardom without losing his sense of self. This support system became invaluable, especially during difficult periods later in life, such as times of personal recovery and self-discovery. Johnny often emphasizes that the emotional toll of early fame was real and lasting, but it was balanced by the lessons learned from those who nurtured him. His experiences underscore the importance of authentic human connection in an industry that can easily reduce individuals to commodities. The kindness and guidance of adults like Keith had a profound influence, shaping not only his career, but also his ability to handle life's challenges with resilience. In reflecting on these formative years, Johnny highlights a truth often overlooked. The impact of mentorship, compassion, and human connection can profoundly shape a child actor's journey, offering a foundation for long-term personal growth, stability, and emotional health. Rediscovering purpose and gratitude. As Johnny Whitaker matured, he found that life offered opportunities beyond the spotlight, leading him toward purpose and service. Later in life, he focused on helping others navigate struggles similar to those he had faced, drawing on his own experiences as a child star and adult recovering from challenges. By sharing his story, he offered hope and inspiration to people wrestling with personal difficulties, showing that resilience, healing, and renewal are possible even after profound adversity. This period marked a shift from seeking external validation through fame to embracing the value of authentic connection and meaningful contribution. Johnny's reflections reveal a profound sense of gratitude for the people and experiences that shaped him, from supportive mentors to fans who believed in him. Gratitude became a central theme in his later life, allowing him to honor the lessons, relationships, and opportunities that had contributed to his growth. His journey evolved into one of purpose, mentoring, inspiring, and modeling resilience for others while cultivating inner peace and fulfillment. Johnny's story transformed from a narrative focused on Hollywood success to a testament of human strength, personal growth, and the transformative power of appreciation. Each stage of his life, whether as a child actor, performer, or mentor, reflects continuous learning, grace, and the conscious choice to value authenticity, empathy, and the positive impact of human connection on his own life and the lives of those he touches. A lasting legacy of friendship. Johnny Whitaker's reflections on Brian Keith emphasize the enduring influence of a mentor who offered guidance through action rather than words. At 65, Johnny speaks with tenderness and respect about the profound role Keith played in shaping both his career and character. Keith's mentorship went beyond teaching acting skills. It involved modeling compassion, integrity, and quiet strength, leaving an indelible mark on Johnny's development as a human being. The relationship demonstrated the power of kindness and genuine connection in shaping resilience, confidence, and emotional maturity. Brian's presence offered stability and reassurance during a time when Hollywood could be a confusing and high-pressure environment for a young actor. Johnny remembers Keith not merely as a co-star or celebrity, but as a man whose actions conveyed care, guidance, and wisdom, helping a young boy navigate both the professional and personal challenges of early stardom. The lessons imparted by Keith, patience, humility, empathy, and authenticity, became guiding principles for Johnny in adulthood. Their bond reflects a legacy defined by human connection rather than fame or accolades. Through mentorship, laughter, and shared experiences, Brian Keith contributed not only to Johnny's professional growth, but also to the foundation of his character, leaving a lasting impression that extends far beyond the set of family affair. This enduring influence demonstrates the transformative power of meaningful relationships in shaping one's life trajectory. The heart of their story. At its core, Johnny Whitaker's journey highlights the profound importance of gratitude, mentorship, and the lessons imparted by those who care deeply. His tribute to Brian Keith represents more than a nod to a former co-star. It honors a father figure who exemplified strength, compassion, and integrity. Through their relationship, Johnny learned that the most meaningful roles in life are not those performed on screen, but the influence we have on others' lives through love, guidance, and kindness. Keith's mentorship instilled in Johnny values that shaped his personal and professional identity, showing him how to face life with courage, authenticity, and empathy. Johnny's reflections demonstrate the ripple effect of kindness, illustrating how one person's support can create lasting, transformative impact. This narrative reinforces that true success is measured not solely by public recognition, but by the quality of the connections we form and the lessons we carry forward. Today, Johnny continues to share his experiences with a sense of peace, forgiveness, and fulfillment, emphasizing the power of mentorship and human connection. His story embodies the enduring impact of compassionate guidance, illustrating that the greatest achievements lie in the positive influence we have on the hearts and lives of others. Ultimately, Johnny's life serves as a testament to resilience, gratitude, and the timeless truth that meaningful relationships define the real legacy we leave behind.